All right. Hey, everybody. How's it going?
Hello. Good morning. Happy Monday.
Hi, baby.
Hi.
It is Monday, November 16th, 2020. And I don't know about you, but I don't want this year to end.
I love that, babe.
You know what I'm saying?
I love where you're going. Mm-hmm.
Do you think anybody agrees with me?
That's too funny.
Is it? I don't feel like your reaction was strong enough.
Because you're expecting a specific reaction from me.
You know what? Yes, I am. And I think you trumped me there. You got me. What's the matter? You're all I'm gonna start the music. That's totally
yeah. I'll tell you why. Hello, friends.
Welcome to the Couple Shift.
I'm Maria Aleandra.
And I'm Jules.
And we are a husband and wife team on a mission to shift the way we live our lives and co-create what really matters.
We don't always agree, but together we're figuring it out.
Thank you for joining us. We're so glad you're here.
So tell me.
So, no, the reason I'm like, and I'm someplace else.
Yeah, you've been kind of
someplace else. I'm not in La La Land. I am in
Instagram land.
No, I am in mitigation land, which sounds really weird.
What does that even mean?
Well, over the weekend, and one of the members of my Rock Your Light community awesomely invited a bunch of women that she is friends with or has in her community, and you can do that in Facebook groups. You just invite.
Yeah.
And my team and I, we typically, when we have new members, we send them a welcome, right? So we had a bunch of, again, this woman, shout out to Martha. Thank you so much, because she really did it from a very generous and incredible space. So we sent out these welcome messages to tons and tons of these incredible visionary gals on Facebook today.
Right.
I'm guessing they're visionary gals, because if they're Martha's acquaintances, they probably are. And I got a couple messages of like, I'm confused. What is this? Because they didn't join the group. They were invited into the group. And the way it works, you're kind of like, then, on our end, we just accept the new members and we send them a welcome message. It's kind of the protocol we follow, my team and I.
Right.
Shout out to Elodie, who's been supporting me with that. And so this morning I got a couple messages. So it kind of threw me for a loop. And to be honest, I'm taking it as an awesome learning opportunity, because I could very easily go into the space of like, oh, I did something wrong. And this is where these are the moments that we're put up against something to like heal it and grow past it.
Okay. And
so it's all about like, well, how do I get to look at this? And interestingly, it brought me back to times when I used to work in my corporate job in Telemundo, and something would go wrong that I had to step in to fix. You like people, whatever, a mistake is made or something that happened. And because of my job, I had some visibility with like whether it was higher ups in the company or lots of people in the company. And it just brought me back to that space. It went like, I felt it right here, like in my solar plexus, which is your like the chakra of our power. And so it felt like
I love that statement of I felt it in my solar plexus. I don't think anybody ever says
quotable.
That. That's not true. People say that. Sure.
A lot of us say that. If you are in touch and feel and it really in touch with the energy in your body, which is like part of being like in your body, like so many of us are we're always in our head. We don't even know what it feels like in your body, but when we're more in tune with it, it's like, yeah, I feel it right here. And I was exchanging messages with my VA so that we could because we sent all these women a message saying, hey, welcome to the group. And some of them are like, I'm confused. I didn't join a group because they were invited into it. So we're now sending a message saying, hey, apologies if this was confusing and this is what happened. And we'd love to have you in the, so, and these things happen. I mean, I've seen in the case of this is a, it's a decent amount of people, but I've seen cases where, for example, somebody that has like a really large email list, a message will go out with whatever. The other day, somebody that I follow, her like list was compromised, and a bunch of people got spam messages. I wasn't one of them, but she had to do some like, I mean, this was not spam, but I can see how you can misconstrue it as spam if you get a random message you weren't expecting.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So do you feel clear with that?
I'm not quite yet. I'm still moving through it. Like right now I'm in sort of like in the, dealing with it mode.
Okay.
And for me to be clear on it, I think I just have to, in terms of like clearing it through my system of just landing on a place of not feeling like a blame energy, but rather this happened and
sure,
we deal with it and we move along. So
can I ask you, in this moment right now, what we're doing, does it the thinking about it and pondering about it and going through all that stuff that's going in your head, is it going to make a difference?
It helps me.
I know, but what I'm trying to say is that we're doing something different here.
Well, you mean that would make a difference, the fact that we're just recording a podcast, or that I'm talking about it on the podcast? Because that's two different things.
True.
So which one did you mean?
That we're on a podcast and there's nothing you could do about it right now in this moment. But I understand what you mentioned.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm like, okay, so.
Yeah, but you and I cycle through things very differently.
Absolutely,
you're very much of I'm going to switch that off.
Right now, I'm
put that in a drawer and do something else. I don't do drawers anymore. I just don't, because no.
But the thing is, what I'm trying to say is that, I mean, this is in this case, is that we're recording our podcast. But I'm saying in other cases, like if it doesn't have to be this, it could be something else. It could be there's something you have to handle right now, or you're doing something right now, and you're thinking about something that you can't do anything about at the moment.
Yeah.
But you're pondering, doesn't that affect what you're doing at that moment?
Got it.
I'm not saying that this is affecting our episode, even though you kind of just like my statement went over your head because your mind's a little distracted.
Well, I felt like then had to like explain it, and I didn't tell you before.
Well, no, but that's fine.
It just happened like live. It's like
live and uncut. So we're doing it live. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. You get what I'm coming from. Like, how does that help you? I'm just trying to understand. Now, I'm glad this came up because it gives me. It's an interesting. I think it's an interesting topic that a lot of people just like you deal with.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
If they don't necessarily, if there's something on their mind, it can distract you from doing the things that you're doing at that moment. Right? It's kind of like living in the now kind of deal.
And that's part of the lesson. So this is like very cool, like sort of like, I feel like you open up the shower curtain and it's like you're naked and like, oh, hi. Because these are the moments that it's like, oh, wow, that just happened. I'm not going to pretend it didn't happen. I'm not going to feel bad about it.
Right.
I'm going to own that, hey, if this was confusing, I want to come in and address it.
Yeah.
And also thinking higher level, like what if there's something else beyond that snafu that then allows me to connect with some of these women in a way that I wouldn't have connected.
Right. So
if that hadn't happened.
Okay. Yeah.
So I'm like,
it's still going on right now. Let me, in your head, it's constant.
Oh yeah.
All right. So ask me. Okay. I already know the first thing that pops up in your head is something to deal with that. Ask me the first thing that pops up into my head right now.
What's the first thing that pops in your head right now?
Haircut.
Okay.
That's it. It's like I need a haircut.
Squirrel.
That's what I'm trying to say is like my mind compared to your mind in these situations.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that where a dog was like, oh, what was that?
Yeah.
Not that I'm ADD or something, but I'm like the thing that's in my head right now is, man, I really want a haircut. I really miss going to a barbershop and getting a haircut and a shave.
Yeah.
Oh, God, I miss that. Want it so bad. But but then I think about it for that moment and then it's like, okay.
Yeah.
Figure it out later. Right now I want to do this or right now I want to do that. And I feel like for you, it's like something happens that's profound, that's strong, that has affected you. It's like, okay, that's constantly on my mind, and I'm juggling these other things.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes when I juggle the other things, they kind of are like not. I mean, you're choosing
I compromise the focus
right,
on
right,
and prioritizing.
But I do see the benefit. There is a benefit in the way you're thinking about it, because you want to fix the problem, you want to move. However, having said that, it can get to a point where it's like, oh, but it pulls you away from other things that you either want to accomplish or to continue working on, or whatever the case.
Yeah.
So it's interesting.
Yeah. But and to the point is, that's also something that I feel like I'm learning and practicing, repracticing, because it's like happening all the time. Repracticing in this moment is how to move forward, how to stay in the energy of what's happening now, and not let it like trip. Because, and here's the difference, is before something like that would happen and I wouldn't even say anything about it. It would be like, I'm embarrassed. I don't want to talk about it. I'm just going to fix it and nobody needs to know. And now I'm like,
but it's funny because you don't have a really good poker face. So it's like something's going on.
I know, I have a terrible poker face.
Something's going on and you're pretending, everything's fine.
Everything's fine.
So, I mean, it's just like, I'm glad that you just said, I'm just been thinking
like
about this.
Real life moment.
Yeah.
And it literally happened 10 minutes before we started recording. That's why. It's not like it was 3 hours ago. It's not like it was last night and I'm still ruminating on it. I was like, I'm like in it right now.
And this is the thing, is that I don't even know about it until this moment.
Yeah.
So you're finding out as I'm finding out. Like, hey, what's going on here?
Hey.
Where's my wife right now? She's like,
I'm in a different plane of existence. So going back to 2020.
The original thing I was saying, never wanted to end. The year's amazing, right? No.
Yeah.
But
let's go there.
Okay, so this year it has had its challenges. That's to be nice. Okay, but how do we really compare it to previous years? I feel, yes, there have been big things, okay? Big things that have happened this year that have affected us all. Me included, my family. It's, everything, obviously, right? And it's huge. But I feel like we always say this. Oh, the next year's going to be better. The next year's going to be better. Yeah. And I don't know if that's a really good attitude to have. Like constantly thinking to strive to be better is a good concept to have, but to think, no, this year sucks. 2020 is going to be great.
Yeah.
This year sucks. No, 2021
I freaking love
is going to be
This is my kind of conversation. And when you first brought it up.
Is it? Because when I first brought it up, you were totally...
I was going to say when you first brought it up, but the way you said it was like, it's like people are saying that 2020 was like, really, how does it compare to other years? And I was like, actually, as Skylar would say, so by the way, Carlos, because we know you're listening, I'm not going to name too many names, but Tío Carlos, Skylar was so smitten yesterday. I had to say it because it came up again in the car this morning. So thank you for a beautiful day and beautiful company.
Yeah, thanks, cuz.
Yeah.
Skylar
he's a faithful listener.
Skylar had a great time.
We went jet skiing.
Great time. He had a great time. So thank you.
Yes. So and yesterday this conversation came up actually.
Yes, that's what. Yeah.
Actually, so when you first brought it up, I was like, I don't know where you're going with this. Plus, also, I was in the midst of this, so it was like,
all right.
Okay.
Focus.
Oye. Okay. Here we go. Wait a minute. Let me bring my mug out.
I'm speaking. Go. Sorry. No more. Yes.
Let me get a shout out to
Mommy, you're so distracted.
Creatrix of the mug. Hold on.
Who made that mug
on Instagram, Fearless Yoma. Please follow her.
Oh, okay.
She's an doctor, mom, blogger, and she has. Can I get
Oh, sorry.
There we go. She has these babies in her store, and I had to get one because, hello, I'm speaking, and I thought how beautiful to support a fellow visionary woman on the path. Okay.
Awesome. Go.
So what you're saying is so true, because at the end of every year, this conversation always comes up.
Yeah.
I'm so ready for whatever year is coming, and I'm so like done with this year. And this year, it's like everything's been amplified.
Yes.
So we're looking at it like, but really, we say that every year.
Yeah.
So what?
I mean, let's just think about a couple years ago. Puerto Rico had Hurricane Maria, the earthquakes, and just crazy turmoil. So it's like, I'm sure that year, everybody in Puerto Rico was like, I can't wait for next year. And it's like,
yes.
So it's going to continue happening. I know it is. This is just the way people are. But still, it's just an interesting thing to step back and look at and be like,
yeah.
You know.
And there's a couple of things I think there's something to say about the continuum of life.
What can you say better than being, I hope this year's better than the next? Is it just simply just be like, let's have a great year? I don't know. When the year starts, I don't know.
Something like,
it's just an interesting thing because I feel like we always put negativity to the previous year.
Yeah,
you know? It's rare. It was like this year was awesome, man. I hope we keep it running. I'm sure there are people that experience that. Sure. And I'm sure people experience that this year.
Oh, yeah.
Because I'm sure somebody in this world had an amazing year.
Yeah.
We just don't know them.
That's really funny.
So, but still, it's there. So
and this year with all the hardship brought a lot of like really powerful lessons and times together.
Yeah.
So it's the full spectrum living kind of thing. And I think we're so used to seeing things as like good or bad.
Right.
Good year. Like, come on, there's so many layers to this. So what's a better way to reflect on? I don't know. Yeah, it's like, I think we need to be in gratitude for every moment we've had, and
I mean, I think we've learned to do that better and better.
Look forward to
us personally because of everything. I feel like we appreciate things more.
Yeah.
And a lot of people take things for granted because naturally, it's just how much. I think I talked about this a while ago. It's like when everybody says, "Oh, you gotta live your life to its fullest," man. To be on at 100%, constantly just taking in is exhausting.
Yeah.
It's exhausting. So it's a balance, obviously, but I think it's important to show appreciation and gratitude to things that we have and not necessarily just be like, this year, I hope next year's going to be better or whatever. That negativity. Yes. This year had its.
Yeah. And it's always this idea, this mindset of when I have this and when I do this and there is something really beautiful about milestones, and like we're super excited that in 2 weeks time we get to move into this beautiful new home that we're going to have for a period.
So we'll have a new studio.
And of course we're looking forward to that, but we're not thinking in terms of well, you
told me, you're like, stop saying I can't wait.
Exactly.
So,
I learned that from Louise Hay, who many people know.
Wait, Louise Hay?
Louise Hay, yeah.
Like hay as in the hay, stuff horses eat?
Hay. That's her last name, yes.
Oh.
Yes, she's the founder of Hay House. And anyways, she has...
that's an awesome name.
She fascinating, incredible woman. One of the things I heard her say is to stop saying, I can't wait. And she actually said this in a podcast. Somebody was interviewing her. And the podcast host said, I can't wait for. And she very lovingly was like, I invite you to change that phrase because, of course, you can wait. You absolutely can wait. Because what happens there is we actually we go back into this negative conversation with time. So when we say, I can't wait for this year to be over, or I can't wait for us to move into the new home, or I can't wait for whatever. Instead of that, it's like, no, we can wait. I'm looking forward to XYZ. Does that make sense?
It does.
And it's something I heard this years ago, and I consciously practice it. So I never say, I can't wait. I always say, I'm looking forward to And again, because I'm
right, because what you've always said is that words matter.
Yeah,
right.
They do.
They do.
Why am I sensing sarcasm?
Nothing. I totally messed up what I wanted to do.
What did you want to do? Try again.
I wanted to get really, really close to the camera and just say words matter.
Do it.
No.
Come
it
on.
didn't work.
Come on.
Let me see. So, I wanted to get really close up in there and go, words matter.
That was worth it.
That was worth it?
They do.
Yeah. I know they do.
You know they do. That's the thing. You're so cute because you're like the kindergarten kid who doesn't want to agree that.
Who's Skylar?
Right. Yeah. Oh my God. He's such a cutie patootie.
Yes, he is.
Do you know that every time he sees a mailbox, he says, "Mira, mommy, email."
Yes. Yes, I do.
Can you love that even more?
Mama, go ahead and email.
Mama, go ahead and email.
Yeah.
Puppy, email. So any kind of letter is email.
Oh, boy.
I love it.
Yeah. Anyways, well, baby, I love you.
I love you.
Guys,
I feel like we didn't wrap this up, did we? With words matter? Was that the mic drop?
The mic drop is always words matter, but also the fact that, next year is... gonna be like the rest of them.
We are
we
very
strive
much
to be better.
Forward to continuing
to continue to strive to be better.
And no, in 2021, energetically, I'm gonna put my spiritual leadership cap on here.
Oh boy!
Energetically, 2021 is a much different year. So wait for it. Wait for it.
Yes,
it's true. No, it's true. It's true.
Okay.
So
I agree with you.
Yes, we do have things to look forward to.
Yes, we always do. Right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, guys. Well, as usual, please rate, review, and subscribe. Baby, yes. I love you.
I love you, baby.
All right, guys.
Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.